Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 8, Akshara Brahma Yoga, Attaining the Supreme. The brief description of the main topics: Arjuna's questions and Krishna's answers, reincarnation law, getting ready to leave the body, the way yogis do it and the way bhaktas do it, spiritual and material world description, finally how yogi and bhaktas leave the body, and bhakti is the best state to leave the body. Let's see. If you remember, at the end of chapter 7, Krishna said that those who know me as the governing principle of the Adhibhuta field of matter, Adhidaiva, the celestial gods, and Adhyagya, the Lord of all sacrifices, such enlightened soul are in full consciousness of me at the time of death. So here Arjuna will ask him more questions about this. So he asks 8 questions. Oh dear Krishna, what is Brahman? What is the self, Adhyatma? What is karma? What is material manifestation, Adhibhuta? What are the demigods, Adhidaivam? Who is the Lord of sacrifice, Adhyagya? And in which part of body he lives? And finally, how can those engaged in devotional service know you at the time of death? Here, in next 2 shlokas, Krishna answers all his questions. So, the supreme indestructible entity is called Brahman. That's why chapter is called Akshara Brahma Yoga. Akshara is indestructible Brahman. Akshara is indestructible Brahma Yoga. Indestructible Brahman. One's own self is called Adhyatma. Actions pertaining to the material personality of living being and its development are called karma or fruitive activities. Physical manifestation that is constantly changing is called Adhibhuta. It is the universal form of God, which presides over the celestial gods in this incarnation, and he is called Adhidaiva. And I, who dwell in the heart of every living being, am called Adhyagya, or the Lord of all sacrifices. And finally, the 8th question. We will discuss it until the end of the chapter. Anta kale chamam eva smaran muktva kalevaram. Those who relinquish the body while remembering me at the moment of death will come to me. There is certainly no doubt about this. So, of course, logical question: how to remember him at the time of death? Because it is important, whatever state one remembers at the time of death, that state he will achieve in the next life. And Krishna answers the last question, that there is no other ways but remember me every time, without any avyavasayatmika buddhi. So mind should not be chanchalam, or should not wander around. And Krishna here and there all over Bhagavad Gita, he says in few shlokas, manmana. He says, oh, every time keep me in your mind and your mind in me. So with the practice it is attainable, and so such devotees will definitely come to my abode. So how do we get ready to leave the body? And there are 2 ways described. The way how yogi does, and how the devotee does. So in the shlokas 10 to 13, the yogi way is described. Yogi at the time or when he is ready to quit the body, he restrains all the gates of the body and fix the mind in the heart region, and then drawing the life breath to the head, he should get established in steadfast yogic connection and concentration. Once again, in chapter 6, yogi path was described in details, and you can see once again the Srimad Bhagavatam, canto number 2, the path of how yogi lives and quits the body. However, in the shlokas 14 to 16, Krishna says that for my bhaktas there is no particular rule to quit the body, because he is constantly absorbed in me. So bhaktas do not worry about final remembrance only. They remember him forever. So, also, why do we speak about this? Because here in these two shlokas, few shlokas, Krishna gives description about spiritual and material worlds. Because if we quit the body in proper way, remembering Krishna, we will never come back to this material life. Otherwise, we will come back to the material universe, and according to our karmas, we will take a proper body on the proper planet. So, a little bit of the a small description is given about his spiritual abode and the material universe. Material universe was arranged by Brahma, and it exists only while Brahma lives. Brahma's life is 100 years. And after 100 years, when Brahma quits his body, universe comes to unmanifested source. However, Krishna's abode is eternal. So, logical question once again, how we can get there? So, once again, yogi path is described that there are auspicious and inauspicious conditions to leave the planet, such as darkness or in light, in waning or in waxing moon, in if sun travels in the north or in the south. However, Krishna states once again, for bhaktas, there is no special circumstances to quit his body. A person who accepts the path of devotional service is not bereft of the results derived from studying the Vedas, performing austere sacrifice, giving charity, or pursuing philosophical and fruitive activities. At the end, he reached the supreme abode. As Krishna said before, Yogakshemam Vaham Yaham. So he takes care about his bhaktas in material life and also for their path beyond the material universe to his abode. Also, bhakti itself is the best state to leave the body. There is no external circumstances for this, but bhakti itself is a path, and bhakti itself is a purpose. Krishna confirms it also all over the Bhagavad Gita, especially in these two shlokas, 1154, Bhaktya tu Ananya Shakya. Only by undivided devotional service can I be understood as I am. And also, Bhaktya Mam Abhijanati, it is one of the last shlokas in Bhagavad Gita, 18.55. One can understand the Supreme Personality as he is only by devotional service. And when one is in full consciousness of the Supreme Lord, by such devotion, he can enter into the kingdom of God. Thank you.